Hey everybody, doing my trivia as promised. Marmalade, I will pet you, little guy. And since I've been watching a million Amelias so much, I gotta focus today's trivia on one of the figures I don't know much about, Alan Turing. Let me just. This is from Britannica's website, Encyclopedia. I guess they don't call it Encyclopedia Britannica anymore, just Britannica. And Alan Turing, British mathematician and logician. So you say, oh, Marmalade, careful, careful, don't mess with the mouse, silly boy. Mama needs the mouse pad, okay? I love you. Just yeah. He was born June 23rd, 1912, in London, and died June 7th, 1954. So he was only like 42 years old. I don't know. Happened. Find out. He made major contributions to mathematics, cryptanalysis, the code breaking, the logic, philosophy, mathematical biology, and also Marmalade. Stop, stop, not right now. Okay, just hold it. You do. I'm trying to do things. I love you. I'm not playing. I will pet you. Calm down. So, into new areas later named computer science, cognitive science, artificial intelligence, and artificial life. Let's see. Yeah, he was the son of a civil servant educated at a top private school, went to the University of Cambridge to study mathematics in 1931. He graduated 3 years later and was elected to a fellowship at King's College in recognition of his research in probability theory. In 1936, his seminal paper was recommended for publication by the American mathematical logician Alonzo Church, who just himself published a paper that reaches his conclusion, although by a different method. And Turing's paper was called On Computable Numbers with an Application to the Decision Problem, though it has, I think that's a German name for Unterscheidungsproblem. I don't know. I'm sorry. Just gonna say decision problem. Right. Mm. Those Church and Turing's had profound significance for the emerging science of computing. Later, Turing moved to Princeton to study for a PhD in mathematical logic under Church's direction. It was completed in 1938. And now back to the decision problem. Let's see, what is it? Okay. It sought an effective method for solving the fundamental mathematical problem of determining exactly what mathematical statements are provable within a given formal mathematical system and which are not. Okay, in 1936, going back to that, Turing and Church independently showed that, generally speaking, there's no way to do it. It was in the course of his work on that Turing invented the universal Turing machine, an abstract computing machine that encapsulates the fundamental logical principles of the digital computer. Okay, and then it goes on to talk about the church Turing thesis, which my brain is shutting down over. So you guys can read that if you want. We're now going to go to the code breaker section. Having returned from the United States to his fellowship at King's College in the summer of 1938, Turing went on to join the Government Code and Cipher School, and at the outbreak of war with Germany in September 1939, burps give me. There we go. He moved to the organization's wartime headquarters at Bletchley Park in Buckinghamshire. A few weeks previously, the Polish government had given Britain and France details of the Polish success against Enigma, the principal cipher machine used by German military to encrypt radio communication. As early as 1932, a small team of Polish mathematician cryptanalysts led by Marian Rejewski had succeeded in deducing the internal wiring of Enigma, and by 1938, Rejewski's team had devised a code-breaking machine they called the Bomba, the Polish word for a type of ice cream. Okay, now I know one word in Polish. The Bomba depended for success on German operating procedures, and a change in those procedures in May 1940 rendered the Bomba useless. During the autumn of 39 and spring of 1940, Turing and others designed a related but very different code-breaking machine known as the Bombay. For the rest of the war, Bombay supplied the Allies with large quantities of military intelligence. By early 1942, the cryptanalysts at Bletchley Park were decoding about 39,000 intercepted messages from each month, a figure that rose subsequently to more than 84,000 per month. Wow. 2 messages every minute, day and night. In 1942, Turing also devised the first systematic method for breaking messages encrypted by the sophisticated German cipher machine that the British called Tunny. At the end of the war, Turing was made an officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire for his code-breaking work. OBE for short. And then it goes on. The war was over. He did stuff in computers. Okay. Yeah. Once the war was over, he went to the National Physical Laboratory in London to create an electronic computer. His design was thought by the others to be too difficult. But okay, what's this? There's more on that I'm skipping over too to go into, but here the artificial intelligence pioneer. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Okay. Goes on with some of his stuff, and so Turing proposed what subsequently became known as the Turing test as a criterion for whether an artificial computer is thinking in 1950. In late 2022, the advent of ChatGPT reignited conversation about the likelihood that the components of the Turing test have been met. Let's see why it says he died so young. Yeah. Oh, it said cyanide. The official verdict was suicide, but a lot of people don't believe that because he was going sad stuff. He was punished for being gay. Black. He couldn't work do his work anymore really because that was not allowed. And so he was sentenced to 12 months of hormone therapy, and therapy is in quotation marks. And like I said, it counts as a criminal record and blah blah blah. So there's it's like a lot of deaths. There are questions that will most likely never be answered. Well, that's kind of sad. I, yeah, I didn't. I was not wanting. I was thinking maybe it was cancer or something. Should still be sad, but yeah, like murder. It's well, I'm not going to philosophical debate whether dying because of cancer or being murdered or suicide is worse. It's still tragic. No matter what, it was tragic. And so that's that's today's thing, the life and death of Alan Turing. Today's trivia. Now I'm gonna get this uploaded and go pet marmalade. Take care everyone. I will see you guys later.